Welcome to Taiwan Education and Culture. Welcome everyone, and we will continue our chapter 5 and lesson 3, an overview of school. I think this lesson we will add more introduction to the education system and to let all of you to know better about Taiwan's school nowadays. I think from the beginning, in Taiwan, most of people begin their education in early childhood in order to prepare them to success in Taiwan's highly competitive education system. That means the preschool was a very important stage. Like almost many young children, they will go to the nursery school. Nevertheless, the majority of nursery schools are privately owned, and they relatively has a high tuition fee. The cost of nursery school places heavy burden on families with the average income. Therefore, recently, some elementary schools were encouraged to set up public preschools in order to accommodate children of middle-class families. I think the government has emphasized this policy a lot. If some parents choose to stay in the private nursery school, then government will subsidize some of the tuition in order to lower the burden of the young couple, of the young parents. I think that is the current situation. Then we will enter the senior high school. Remember this figure we just mentioned in the section 2. When you graduate from 9 years compulsory school, you may go to vocational high or senior high school or junior college, the 5 years junior college. Then we will have this test called the comprehensive assessment. Almost every students of junior high school, they will take this assessment. Then they will differentiate which high school, which vocational high you can continue your study. So the 3-year senior high school program will prepare the 16 to 18-year-old students for admission to higher education. And I must admit, many parents will prefer their children to study the senior high here. Yeah. And then let's focus on the vocational high. However, the government has offered a solution. Is when the students graduate from the vocational high, you may go to the University of Science and Technology, as in the route has provide wider opportunity for these students. So this is the picture to let you know students, they need to take assessment. Okay, we call the assessment, no longer entrance exam. So many subjects, including Chinese, English, and natural science and living technology, and math, social study, also essay writing. So we all combine this assessment called a comprehensive assessment. Recent years, just 2 years ago, I think the government has extended the compulsory school education to 12 years. So this assessment no longer will decide which school you go. You may go to any high school as you want, but almost everyone take the comprehensive assessment. Okay. Most senior high schools graduates are entitled to select between two paths, whether attending a regular university or college, or study the University of Science and Technology. So remember this, we saw this in last session. So this route two paths for students to choose. Then everyone, after your test of the college entrance exam, then you may go on to this university or University of Science and Technology. I must say this is the stage for students to feel a lot of the pressure. I mean, the pressure is on high school, the senior high school students, because the parents has a high expectation for our students to continue their study as high as they can. Therefore, if you want to be good, have a good job, has a good future, then you need to be standing like better outperformers than most of your classmates or the students. So I think a lot of the pressure is on the senior high school students. In recent years, government has the policy to combine these two track of the curriculum. So we create this is called a comprehensive high school. So they combine the senior high and the vocational high into the same school. So to increase the number of years that students study and allow them to have more opportunity for self-exploration between academic and the vocational training. So the first year when you enter the comprehensive high school, you may have a more chance to explore which way to go. Several experimental high schools have combined their vocational and the academic program since 1996. In this case, students are encouraged to select from a wide range of coursework before deciding whether to continue on academic or a vocational track. So these two tracks, they can have a more experience, and then they decide to go on academic or vocational. Then we talk about the university and the college. So far, maybe the figure are changed a little bit, but there are a total 157 universities and colleges in Taiwan in 2017. The majority of programs at this institution, they last 4 years. although those for training teachers, architects, and lawyers requires 5 years, and medical school, medical program, they will take up 7 years. Okay, then there's a trend in Taiwan, like recent years, we have more and more school, they were called the alternative education. The alternative education model were established to provide our students a different and less straightforward learning experiences. For example, the Taipei County Sidling Elementary School, they got the funding from the government, and then they organized their own school teachers and the curriculum. The same situation is also in Nantou County. The Nantou County, they also established this forest elementary school. Less and less examination, and then all kind of the coursework. They will try to develop more open and close to nature alternative education opportunity, I would say. And also there's a system called the Waterfall education, also very famous in Taiwan. They were also known as standard education. It is based on the educational philosophy of Rudolf Steiner, the founder of anthroposophy. I think this is philosophy. They have emphasized the learning combined with the your living skills. Yeah, not so much pressure and think about the grade and the test exam. No, there's no exam. They really try to inspire the students' autonomy and develop the love feelings of learning from their bottom heart. I think this is the attractive part of the Waterfall education. The school will start from the primary and the junior high and the high school. And then we will talk about the international education. As Taiwan interact more and more with the global community, the increasing number of international schools are set up in Taiwan. The majority of the school which admit students of foreign origin, so they are the real foreigner with the foreign nationality, including maybe American, European, Japanese, or Korean students, among others, and then offer international coursework. They were covering the primary and the secondary education. Instruction is conveyed in English or other foreigner language based on the curriculum. This international school provides a comprehensive education to the children of foreign nationals living in Taiwan. So these foreigners, when they came to Taiwan, and then they can choose the international school to let the foreigner to continue their basic education. So I will provide you the current situation, the number of schools and the number of the students in recent time. As you can see, there are so many nursery schools, like more than 6,000. And then we have a primary school, 2,600, and the students 1.1 million, because it lasts 6 years. Then we have a 730 junior high. We have 511 senior high, including the vocational high. And then we have currently 157 college and the universities. Then, as you notice, the college students 4 years, we have 1.1 million. Is that too much? I would say yes. We have in our population, we have more than average of the country. In other country, we have more college and university than others. So we have 1.1 million of college students. Yeah. I hope everyone can be our talents and the contribution to our country. Yeah. Okay, then I have a question for you. Which level of education, school education that students carry much pressure of competition in Taiwan? Is it junior high or senior high or university students? Well, actually the much pressure of competition will come to high school, the senior high school students, because they will study very hard, and also normally they will take many examinations. It's not just a assessment, it's really competitive examination in order to enter the so-called good university. So actually the senior high school students, they really carry much learning pressure. Okay, this is the end of the lesson. Thank you for your listening.